Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Pendragon Rising. We are at Chapter 3, The Circle of Stones. You wake, light cutting through your eyelids, head thick and sore. It's been years since you've drunk that quantity of mead. Sitting up, you send motes of straw dust up into a shaft of sunlight. It's morning, too bright morning, yet there is no sound of the usual bustle from outside. You focus on your surroundings with some difficulty and realize that Kai's bed is empty. No doubt he spent the night learning the local customs of the Nos Kalan Gaeth. There is an absence, a space in the furs beside you, a cooling warmth. Morgan, she was here, and now she is not. What you remember of last night was good, but now you can't help but wonder if your old friendship can ever be the same, or if you've changed it beyond repair. I'll go now and find Morgan and talk to her about what just happened. God damn it, this is modern nonsense that has nothing to do with how it used to be. I can't think straight yet. I'll douse my head in water and try to clear my thoughts, then go look for her. I'll go to Bishop Ivan, my mentor in Christianity. I have been remiss in seeing him, and he can help me work out what to do. Or the gods are pleased by whatever happens at Nos Kalan Gaeth. Morgan will be fine with this, as I will. I'll take my time in getting up, then head out to see what the day will bring. Yes, this is the only good one. Still haven't changed the faith though. You doze a little until the worst of the fog in your head clears. Then get up and get dressed. Feeling considerably better, you step out into the day to see what it brings you. It's still deathly quiet out there, the air bright and brittle. You wander past the embers of the festival fires, where the smell of charcoal still hangs heavy, to the small gate at the rear of the palisade. There's shouting in the distance. Fearing some sort of attack, you clear the gate and see that something's happening out on the hillside. There's a crowd gathered around the tall stones. You can't remember any blessings or festival that falls today. There's an argument going on. One of those voices, that's Kai. You break into a run. You arrive in the circle of stones, out of breath. Bedwyr stands facing off against Kai, other men around him. Gavaine's there, fists clenched. It's clear a fight is brewing. Kai's pale, looking very hungover. He looks at you owlishly, blinking in the light. Brother, what are you doing? Bedwyr's hat snaps round. The look on his face is pure fury. There's a crack of sound from the edge of the circle as the butt of a staff strikes the ground. Begin, shouts Blaze. You only realize that you've misunderstood the situation as the man standing next to you throws a punch. It catches you completely unaware. You see sparks and are reeling as someone else trips you. You manage to roll away. Kai grabs your hand and drags you back. Groggy, clutching your jaw, you find your feet next to him. Everyone seems to be struggling with each other. It's not just you being set upon. In God's name, what's going on? Contest, shouts Kai, ducking a blow and kicking someone in the shins. I made a bet. Belatedly, you realize the only people inside the stone circle are those fighting. The folk of Dinas Emrys surround you, an audience for whatever this is. Something nags at your memory, but as another man barrels into you and knocks you from your feet, focusing isn't an option right now. Kai staggers forward, retching. He doesn't look like he has any prospect of winning his bet. I join forces with Kai, and the pair of us do our best to defeat all comers. I didn't intend to get involved in this. I'll explain that and get out of the circle. I don't need to antagonize Bedwyr any further. Or, Kai get himself into this mess. If this is a contest, let's do it properly. I'll do my best to defeat everyone, including Kai. Let's join forces with him. Did that help anyway? No. You pull Kai to his feet and fend off a couple of blows aimed at him. Come on, brother, let's show them a trick or two. Kai shoots you a sickly grin. Adios, adios, he shouts and presses his back to yours. Ector's Legion prayer to God. The pair of you survey the circle. A knot of men are struggling between you and the central stone. Two are down, insensible. There are perhaps a dozen more, some queer and more dangerous than others. Bedwyr, Gawain, and the dark-haired champion of Defed are the biggest threats. Kai catches his breath. Come on, brother, there's no time to waste. I'll ally with Gawain to target Bedwyr first. We can fight it out between the two of us after Bedwyr is dealt with. Or I'll rely on my own strength and skill, jump right in and enjoy the brawl. Or I'll hang back and spot opportunities to take people out at minimum risk to myself. I wonder which one is the best out of these two. I don't want to rely on my own strength. I think I'll ally with Gawain is a good thing, or I'll hang back and spot opportunities to take people out. This will piss off Gawain so much. Well, let's try this one. We are mostly... Well, we're not. We're bravado now. Let's ally with Gawain. You dodge a kick, take a blow on your shoulder and duck under a wildly swung punch. Now you're next to Gawain. He has one man in headlock and is fending another off with a raised fist. You grab his second attacker and run him into one of the stones. The man grunts in pain and sways, lip-bloodied. Kai trips him and he goes down. Gawain looks at you in puzzlement, dropping his foe senseless to the floor. A truce, you call? Against Bedwyr. He nods. Till he's down. Come on. Gawain plunges into the fray, heading for Bedwyr. You follow. A knot of men struggle near the central stone. You see a punch thrown and the champion of Defed goes down. Gawain blocks a man on his right, giving you the opening you need to get to Bedwyr. He hasn't noticed you. You seize the chance and hammer a punch into his kidneys. He rears back. Kai catches him high around the chest and pulls him to his knees as he struggles to turn, furious. Gawain kicks the air out of his lungs and Bedwyr is down. There's a groan from the watchers around the circle. Gawain turns to you, a question on his face. You look down at the fallen Bedwyr and nods to Gawain. Gawain gives a faint smile and nods in return. And then he throws himself atop you, and you're fighting to twist away from him, to get out of his reach, knowing that as soon as those strong arms lock around you, you'll be finished. You turn the fight, falling back foot by foot. You can hear shouting from the audience. You're aware that Kai is somewhere in the background, shouting with the others. And then you trip and stumble, and your head hits a rock. The flat stone in the center of the circle, you've fallen prone across it. You hear a victorious shout and know that Gawain is leaping to finish you. Pain stabbing through your head, you roll sideways. Your hand closes on something, and you come to feet. There's a sword in your hand. It was just lying there on the rock. Is this part of contest? There's a gasp of shock and silence. Gawain has come to a halt next to you, disappointment on his face. Blaze breaks the silence. By the terms of this honor circle, whoever stands on the stone and holds Uther's sword in his hand shall be the war leader of all the Britons. Then the shouting begins. Oh, we have pulled out the sword! Oh, I recognize this. He is no true Briton! You all saw it, the bastard didn't even know what he was fighting for. It was luck, just dumb luck. We'll not follow him. An untried boy. Blaze, this cannot stand. The circle has already begun. Kings and warriors arguing, pressing forward, disgusted, angry, clamoring to be heard. In the middle of it, you are strangely ignored by the tumult as it washes around you, focusing on Blaze, on arguing tradition, on demanding fairness. So, says Kai, standing beside you, as I said, I made this bet. You wanted to be war leader in place of Uther? He shrugs. Mostly I wanted to wipe the smiles off their faces and show I could give as good as I got. I didn't expect to win. I didn't expect you to win. He gestures at the crowd. I don't suppose it will stand for more than a few minutes. Enjoy the title while you can. You see Lady Vivienne in urgent debate with Blaze. And there with them is Uther himself. You hadn't realized he was at the circle. He's leaning on a staff. and has a serving man at his side, who seems petrified that he might overexert himself. Uther's brow is knotted with anger, and he addresses the others in sharp, direct whispers. "Seems to me this might not have been the best way to become popular," says Kai. "I don't think there's any way I could have been popular, or better than standing on the sideline and being branded a coward, or thanks brother, that's exactly the kind of help I need right now." I think I'm gonna go with better than standing. So did that change anything? Not really. Not really. Kai's look is more somber than usual. Don't worry. They'll put someone else in. It'll be forgotten soon enough. And there's Blaze standing on the great rock in the center of the circle, banging the heel of his staff on the stone. "Peace!" In immediate hush. Blaze clears his throat. "We have consulted. I for the Old Ones, and the Lady Vivian for the Isle, and this is our word. Arthur ap Uther was not aware of the contest when he stumbled into it. He had not given his name to the priest, his place was not blessed, and so, though not his fault, we deem it was ill won. It will be held a second time at this day's dusk." A lifting of brows, surprised murmurs, a break in the atmosphere. Blaze raises a hand. "Peace, I said. Ill won, but it was won, and all here saw it won. That being so, Arthur ap Uther is accorded a place in this night's contest and has our blessing to do so." You see the black look on your father's face. It would seem that Uther does not always have his own way. Kai puts his arm around your shoulders. Well, that's you in the chronicles, then, Art. The shortest-lived war leader that this country ever had, and mayhap the most successful. You've not lost a single man. Come on, I need something to clear this dust out of my throat. Man, I like Kai. He's cool. Acclaim disliked. Allies few. "And so we must all work together, and must take Arthur from the fight as soon as it starts. We cannot have him as a war leader. It is for the good of us all, Gawain. Can you imagine your father's face?" "Aye, all too well, but I mislike this. Blaze said Arthur had the blessing of both Isle and the Old Ones to be there. For the rest of us to work all against him, there's little honor in it. Oh, 2 or 3 allies and friends together in a circle, aye, fair enough, but all of us? It feels wrong. Bugger the honor. We've Cedric Saxons pushing us from the east, closer and closer every year. We've got to be united under a leader, a real leader, one that all will follow. You, me, by the gods, anyone save that byblow. I'll think on it, my lord Bedwyr." "See that you do, Upload." A sigh, and Bedwyr's footsteps fading away, back into the hall. Then, after a time, "I know you're there, Morgan. I wasn't trying to hide it. Oh, Bear of Orkney. I was just taking some air. What does your mother think of all of this?" "Oh, about what you'd expect. Nothing goes smoothly, and so here must Vivian be, soothing nerves that Uther has riled, calming folk who'd kill Arthur here and now. Keeping the Britons together is like trying to keep a dozen salmon in a bucket. So, then what do you think? Should I go with Bedwyr's plans for all of us together to put Arthur on his arse? It sticks in my craw. The whole point of an honor circle is that any man can win it. The gods choose with wiser eyes than us. And don't forget, Arthur is Uther's eldest born. He has more right to this than Bedwyr. Aye, it's true enough. Perhaps we should leave it in the lap of the gods." I like these chapters that happens behind my back. It gives a bit more to the story. "Arthur!" A dark-cloaked figure turns as you enter your hut. "My Lady Vivian. Don't look so alarmed. I'm not here to berate you for your actions this morning, although I do have somewhat to say to you. As Blaze said, all saw you fight, and also you win. And so he and I are certain you must fight again. For if you do not, all men will wonder what might have been. You must be seen, Arthur. But if you value the good of this land, you must be seen to lose. And to lose well, giving it all your strength. Kai bristles. You can ask him to... I can, up Hector. This is more important than Arthur showing off how fierce he is, or how well he can beat someone to pulp. What happened to leaving it to your gods? I thought that's what your people were all about. Kai, you put a hand on his shoulder. Thank you, lady. I'll think on it. See that you do. Know that I mean you only kindness in this. Your life would be a painful one here for you to win, and not at my hand. I understand. She strides from the hut. Kai turns an aggrieved glare on you. You're not going to listen to that heathen, are you? The whole thing's ridiculous anyway, of course. Why on earth does the man who can land the most punches qualify to be the best at leading an army? In any case, what will you do? I'm going to try to win, and if I do, it's the will of the gods. Living by faith is the way of these people, even if few seems to remember that. Or, I'll put up a good fight for the crowd, but she's right, Kai. It'll do no good to anyone if I win. Best to watch the others and to back whoever comes out on top, even if it's Bedwyr. Or, I think she's right. At the same time, I think Bedwyr's the wrong man for it. I'll put up a fight, but I'm going to do all I can to make sure that Gawain's the one who wins. Or we're mostly a leader and a diplomat, but not a warrior. I think this would be the best option. I really think... Oh, actually no, I think this would be the best option. Gawain, we like that guy, we hate Bedwyr. Let's go with this one. Did that change anything? Yeah, we became a leader and a diplomat and less of a warrior. Kai's lips twitch. Gawain? As a siege weapon, maybe. Or perhaps a battering ram, but I can see him as the leader. Still, I'll back whatever you do. Best to rest a while now and shake last night's wine. You'll need a clear head later. Sunset among the tall stones, grey sky stained with pink. Torches are set against the gathering dark. Ufra sits in the wooden seat they've set at the edge of the circle for him. Eyes heavy, unreadable. Vivian stands by his side, hood raised, only the glitter of eyes within. The crowd is bigger than it was at the dawn. You feel many people watching you, and you know that most of them wish you ill. There's Morgan, though, a little back on the hillside, up on a ledge, kicking her heels. She catches your look and smiles. An Aaron of Dyfed, undoubtedly here to support his champion. But still, his smile is friendly. Beside him is Bishop Iwan, the old Christian priest. You contemplate the upcoming fight. The trick here is going to be to make it look as if you're fighting as hard as you can, but to throw your support behind Gawain when it matters, ideally without being obvious about it. Kai nudges you. Pay attention, brother. Are you ready? You didn't have to do this. You're here, so I'm here. Besides, I've got a bet to win, haven't I? Mois raises his staff. This is the second time for the choosing of the war leader of our people in an honest circle called by Uther the Pendragon. The second time, and the last time. All you here who speak for your kingdoms, you will accept my naming of the victor. Anything other, and by the fire and the stone I tell you that the eyes of the gods will be turned from you. I am the voice of the old ones, and I have spoken. And I, says Vivian, for the Isle, I have witnessed it. Your word, Uther of Gwynedd, says Blaise. My word, says your father. Your word, Aaron of Dyfed. My word, says Aaron. Your word, Cadell of Powys. And so it goes around the circle until each king or his representative here among the stones have spoken. You see Blaise look at Vivian, and she gives a nod. Voice brings the heel of his staff down on the stone. Once, twice. Begin.